Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Low Inspired Living. On this channel, I love to talk to you guys about everything fragrance related and everything that makes my life a little bit sweeter, and hopefully yours too. And I noticed that there are quite a few more of you, so thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome, and I hope you stick around. I am definitely having the time of my life. It is spooky season right now, my favorite season. So I thought it would be fun to do a fun little video of notes that scare me in fragrances, notes that when I see it in the perfume description, I pause. And we're gonna start with notes that in the past have given me a pause and a fright and have kind of redeemed themselves. And then as the list goes on, it is less and less likely that if I see those fragrance notes, if I'm gonna like the perfume. The notes that are towards the end of this list, definitely it's like a red flag for me. It is like, stop, we're not gonna get that perfume. I'm not blind buying it because I know I'm not gonna like it if it has some of these notes in it. So some of them, I will say a fragrance is subjective with fragrance notes. You never know 100% if, just going off of fragrance notes, if you are going to truly love a fragrance, because I've read fragrance notes before that I thought sounded great and I smelled the perfume and I was like, okay, this is just okay, or I didn't like it at all. I've read notes that I'm really worried about the fragrance notes and then I smell it and it smells great. So it is subjective, and it is marketing and all of that stuff. The science and the mixology of fragrance is so fascinating and I love learning more about it, but it just goes to show that like the notes that we see listed are a marketing tool, especially like Bath and Body Works or like your fragrance mist where you only see like 3 main notes. They're just trying to give you something that they can use for marketing and you can kind of use to explain what it kind of smells like, but that doesn't obviously list everything that's in the perfume. So you're definitely sometimes gonna smell stuff and you're like, ooh, I smell apple in here and apple's not listed. Well, it might actually be apple in there. It's just not one of the advertised notes on there. So it is interesting to think about the composure of fragrance and different things like that. And, different levels, like, oh, maybe this one has, 40% apple. This one has 10% apple. So it's very fascinating. It is very fascinating, like the whole science behind it and stuff. So I'm just going to tell you some notes that kind of give me red flag vibes that if I see listed on a fragrance, it will make me pause. It will make me really think about it and maybe do some more research before blind buying that fragrance, or, deciding to go forward with it without smelling it first. So first off on my list is a note that has redeemed itself with like an asterisk because I am still cautious, and that would be the note of cherry. So me and cherry have had an interesting past because I love Sabrina Carpenter. I love Sabrina Carpenter as a singer and I love her fragrances, but me and cherry baby, we did not get along at all. This perfume on me smells like an expo marker. It smelled horrible on my skin, and I smelled it on my best friend's skin and it smells more like a cherry on her skin. But even on her, I'm like, I don't love this perfume. I was just really disappointed in Cherry Baby. So honestly, having that experience with that perfume put me off of cherry for like a whole year. I was like, oh, I hate cherry. Cherry must not smell good on my skin. I'm gonna avoid it, cherry at all costs. But recently I've become reacquainted with cherry and re-obsessed with it. As you can see back here, we have Sweetheart Cherry. That one works for me, but that is a dark cherry. And then I became re-familiar with one of my favorites, and I kind of like remembered how much I loved this, and I was like, okay, it was just that particular cherry and that note and that composition that didn't work for me. Some cherries do. Some cherries do work for me, especially a black cherry merlot type of fragrance. If it is this, it works for me, girl. I love black cherry merlot. Black cherry has dark cherry, black raspberry, and Merlot. I think the raspberry definitely helps this one. I love raspberry. Raspberry smells great on me. I love a fruity scent. So this one works for me and it has like the depth I was looking for. I am loving Black Cherry Merlot right now. I really want them to bring it back. I love it, but I just have to be careful with cherry. So will I avoid cherry anymore? No, but I will definitely be cautious because another common complaint with cherry scents is that it smells medicinal. And I think that is definitely a drawback with some cherry fragrances, is that association with cough medicine and it's smelling medicinal. So I definitely understand when people get that experience with a cherry fragrance. So yeah, Black Cherry Merlot does not smell like cough medicine. It's very like, to me, this smells like the black cherry Kool-Aid of my childhood. And also I had an aunt that loved black cherry candles. So I do remember this scent from like early 2000s nostalgia. So I have a positive association with this type of cherry. Medicinal cherry? No, of course not. Don't like being sick. Don't like having to take cough medicine. The next one, the note that makes me pause is patchouli. Patchouli is an interesting ingredient in fragrance, or an interesting note, because if you look in the base notes of a lot of fragrances, a lot of them, you will see patchouli. And normally that means patchouli is added as a lasting agent. It's to help your fragrance linger and be strong and linger on your skin and last. You know, that's like, you know, a fragrance that might last you like 4, 6, 8 hours. You know, that's going to be a fragrance that helps it last longer. But it definitely has to be balanced and mixed really well, because if that patchouli note is weird, or if it comes out strangely, I can definitely see how that throws people off. And that's a note that like people are kind of scared of. One example of it being done really well is in my Baby Pistachio Glaze. This one is a gorgeous fragrance that does have a patchouli note. So this one has pistachio creme, toasted vanilla, and sugared patchouli. So yeah, I can smell the patchouli, like that depth, that like earthy, deep base in here, but I love it because it helps this be strong and lasting on your skin. And I definitely smell the pistachio more than anything, but pistachio itself is a nutty scent, so it has that like earthy quality to it as well. So I think this one, it works. The patchouli in this works, and it works as a lasting agent. And it works fine. It's great. But not every fragrance that has patchouli in it has had that experience. So I can totally understand why people are cautious when they see patchouli. I myself, depending on it, it does make me like pause. It's like, okay, how much patchouli in it? What kind of patchouli we talking? So I definitely see people's concern with that. Another one that concerns me is any kind of like boozy note, like bourbon, rum, those kind of things. I like the way it smells usually, and it's great for like winter and fall, which is the season we're in now. I totally get it. But for me, it's like, okay, it limits the occasions I can wear them, because who's gonna want to go to work smelling like booze? You're gonna get a little reputation if you're walking around smelling like you're day drinking. Like, I'm not trying to walk into work at 8 a.m. smelling like Cozy Vanilla Bourbon. That'll make people talk. But I do love Cozy Vanilla Bourbon. I have it right here. I wear this at night. I'll wear this tonight, actually. This is my scent of the night. I'll wear it at night. I'll wear it like if I'm doing a campfire, if I'm chilling at home, or if I'm going out to dinner maybe. But I'm not going to wear this to the movies. I'm not going to wear this like when I'm around people I don't know. I'm not going to wear this to work. Like, so it just limits the occasions you can kind of wear it. Another thing I have a similar issue with, I love Apple by Henri Hobb. This is an amazing apple scent, but it smells like a apple boozy, apple cider kind of scent, or even an apple bourbon. There's something boozy in here is what I'm trying to say. And so that kind of makes me like concerned when I wear this sometimes. Like, I have to think about the setting that I can wear this in. Like, is it appropriate? It's not really work appropriate in my opinion. So that's a note I definitely look out for and kind of scares me. But now, after those three, now we're getting into the notes that are truly frightening to me, that it's like, if I see these notes, you're done. You're done. It's getting worse and worse for you. One being lavender. Now, my best friend Precious, she loves lavender. She loves lavender, loves the lavender scent. Every time I see a lavender scent, I'm like, here you go, you can have it. I don't want it. I don't like lavender. It makes me sleepy. It makes me think of bedtime. And again, I just don't like fragrances that it's kind of like a limited thing to a limited situation. Like, oh, I can only wear this at night, you know, or only wear this like when I'm going to bed, you know. I like to kind of have a little bit more versatility to my fragrances, and lavender just totally gives me going to sleep vibes. I know for some people it's relaxing. It's like a spa-like kind of scent. You want to have it all the time. Aromatherapy, cool, good for you. To me, it makes me want to go to sleep. So I definitely don't need that at work. Another one, as much as I love fruits, I love fruits. And you would think I love all fruits equally, but there are two. If I see these two fruits as a note, especially in like summer tropical perfumes, one, I will not buy it at all. And the second one, I'll consider it, but you're on thin ice. The one I will not buy at all, I will not buy a guava scent. I hate guava. I hate guava. If I smell it, I get sick. Like I hate guava. So guava, instant turn off, instant no. I don't think I have anything that has guava in it, or if it does, it's vastly overpowered by other things. Guava is not something I see a lot in my fragrances that I appreciate, and I don't think I have anything in my collection that has any kind of major guava at all. The one I will kind of play with, and it depends on the fragrance, it depends on the mix, it depends on, you know, the composition, is grapefruit. Grapefruit can be okay. Grapefruit can be okay, but it's on thin ice. Grapefruit is on thin ice. Then I listed musk. Now musk is kind of a wider category. It can be a broad category because you can have like a skin musk that's like really clean. I'm thinking of perfumes like Not a Perfume by Juliet Has a Gun. I'm thinking of like a sweet powdery scent that smells like a baby powder, that kind of musk. Musk is similar to patchouli, that there is musk to some level in a lot of things, but I'm thinking of like our vintage perfume musks that are in our older perfumes. Like musk and aldehydes, that kind of like musky vintage perfume smell. No. Along with that, another one is oud, or really, really woody perfumes that are like super woody and oudy. Oud is like a sap like that develops on wood. Oud is very popular in Middle Eastern fragrances, and it is like a lasting agent. It's going to make your perfume very strong and long lasting. It can be mixed well, but a lot of oudy perfumes that I've tried have just been too much for me. I like a more feminine profile. I like a more floral profile. So a lot of times the oud and wood is just vastly opposed to the vibe I personally prefer and want to go for. That's just my personal preference and my taste. A lot of times if I smell even a perfume that is branded for women and, you know, it's marketed as a female or women's perfume and it's supposed to be feminine, if it has that oud in it, it's like, it's gonna smell woody or smoky, and I just don't like either of those. And then leather. Leather is interesting because I love leather in home fragrance, like cowboy type of candles that have like a suede or a leather, vanilla, all that. Very cozy, love it for a home fragrance. Don't want to smell like that personally. So if I see anything with suede or leather, it does make me pause. Suede can be okay. Suede can I can get away with it for like super warm, like fall winter fragrances. Again, I live in Texas. We don't get a lot of super cold days, so I don't have a lot of those fragrances because I don't have occasion to wear that often. But yeah, leather, suede, I'll pause. But yeah, now the one that if I see it in the notes listed, it's an automatic no, kind of like guava. Automatic no if it has a smoke or incense type of note. That automatically tells me I'm not gonna like it. I cannot stand anything smoky or incensey, anything like that, because I grew up with my dad smoking in the house, and I always hated the smell, so I still hate the smell to this day. I don't date anyone who smokes. I just have a very negative association with it. I don't like it. I don't want to smell like that. I don't want to smell it around me. So yeah, if it's a smoky, incensey type of perfume, not my vibe. Not my vibe. So yeah, those are 10 notes that scare me, that if I see them listed on a perfume, I'm gonna pause, maybe leave it on the shelf, take it off my list. It's gonna save me some coin, because if I see those notes, I'm turning the other way. There are so many perfumes to try. There's so much out there. Those are just the 10 that, as of right now, they scare me and can keep me from buying a fragrance. I want to know, what are the fragrance notes that scare you? It doesn't have to be 10, but if you have anything that you know for sure that you, in the past, you're like, oh, I really don't like that fragrance note. I know it's not gonna be good if I see that on the notes list. Like, is it citrus? So I know some people, like, I love chocolate. Some people hate chocolate fragrances. Some people hate gourmands. They don't want to smell like anything foodie. Some people also hate florals. I love florals. I love white florals. I love rose too. A lot of people hate rose. So what is it for you that, what fragrance note freaks you out and scares you? Let me know in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.